Hello, this is Lill and welcome to my channel. Let's see what you can get for free this time in the Epic Games Launcher. So right now you can get Rustler, and the upcoming Thursday you can get Definitely Not Fried Chicken Inc. Rustler says it's action adventure comedy indie and single player. Also supports controllers. And the upcoming Thursday one you get Definitely Not Fried Chicken, which says indie simulation strategy and single player. Oh yeah. That's a very special graphic. Oh, I don't know if I want to even play this next Thursday. I might not. We'll see. But yeah, let's get to the first game there and check it out. Also, if you're curious about my rabbit hole thing that I mentioned in the title, it's at the end of the video. So go there if you want to see that. Horse sound. Grand Theft Horse. What am I watching? No. It's weird how post-processing does so much. Like, this one didn't have any post-processing, like, you know, filters and stuff to make change with colors and stuff. But it does so much. You kind of get into the movie feel and not like LARP feel right away. But yeah, let's try this one. Rustler. Medium, sure. Use your control mode. Screen-oriented, mouse-oriented. This one is recommended. Oh.
Look, if there was a low-born guy, named Guy, and he would be the toughest medieval motherfucker, making trouble with his homie buddy, would you want to hear his story? Or just kick some ass, yo? His head is bald, eyes are red, he's always staring so cold, and for a pouch of coins he throws his fellas very hard of gold. He never speaks a lot to others, always weighing his words.
Horse! There's a cow on the roof that says horse.
Making his own presence, but it might go unpleasant, so watch for his very presence. Make haste, my friends, better give him a quest. He's a rustler, that's a fact.
I like the little detail. I should... Okay. Yeah. What the hell, my head? Seems like I made the mess when I was drunk. What's wrong with my eye and where is... Buddy. Alright, let's just walk it up, guy. Right foot, left foot, right foot. Remind yourself how to walk. W. I need a drink. Am I forgetting something? Okay, so let me just fix one thing quickly in the option. Let's see if that works better. Audio-wise. There's a bottle. Don't crash, please. Here you are, fool. You think putting a cow on the roof is funny? I'll show you funny. Whatever, show me. You're gonna fight. Beat the president left mouse. Oh yeah, okay, so now I can block with the right mouse button. Oh, shit. I think there's something I can pick up over there. Oh, I didn't actually. Yeah, I'm gonna get you now. Press right mouse button right before an enemy attacks to parry. Oh no, did it crash again? What's up with these things that it just keeps on crashing? This game actually seemed a little bit fun, but if it crashes, that's not a good thing. Oh shit! I was trying to wait there, but... Okay, so I don't know what about these crash things happening, but it would... Oh shit, I'm late. Herb is gonna get pissed. I can't lose this job. But yeah, so at least now it came back. So that's good. Press F to mount horse or pay respect. Don't see any time limit, so that's good. Oh, there is an outhouse. Can I talk to these, or are they just... They're just like fucker. That makes it sound like, you know, Walking Dead, but yeah. There is no cow. Shit. I want to save you. I don't know who you are, but you might be kind. Shit, shit, shit. Woo! Okay, okay, okay. Okay. I think it's like a GTA, like, so they're gonna be like, you know, oh shit. You did the bad thing. Press F now. Okay, so I can't call actually the horse. I was actually probably near a horse and I didn't see it. But oh dude, what? There's a parking spot for horses. Okay, I gotta I don't know why, but wait, I got stuck on the tree. I really like this. I want to have the horse. Oh, it worked. Choose your riding mode, horse oriented. You can ride your riding mode in settings like. Okay. Sounds a bit odd if this one is screen oriented. Let's try this one then. Shit, shit. Yeah, I got a horse. I like this. This is actually very funny. I like this game. I mean, like, I don't know how deep it is, but at the moment, I do feel like it has very interesting humor and concept. Okay, let's see here. Oh, those guys are fighting. Okay, I'm back here, I think. So, I did see like some sort of place I needed to go. Oh, the world isn't that big. I pimp a horse? Oh, there's the quest marker. But yeah, maybe it expands later. But yeah, let's go to this quest marker. So, the horse did seem like it walks faster when I pressed space. Oh shit, there's a... Can't pick up items while riding a horse. Okay, let's see what it is. You are not wanted at the moment. Oh, I see. So it's like GTA there. Parking spot. Okay, so how are we in... Yeah, into that. Nice shit in armor pants. Okay, this. Okay, I'm not. This is. Yeah, this is just a parking spot for. It looks like. What? Can go. Try horsing around. Looking at the. Oh, there's a car with. With medical thing. You have a marker. Oh. There's stuff going on there too. Oh. You're late, Rustler. Shape up or you're out of the gang. Roger that, sir. When next time you see that buddy of yours, pass him the. Oh! Like poof. Oh, hang on. Now time's not for your next job. And there's a knight staying at the inn. I want his horse. I already have a horse. If you and the buddy prove yourself, you'll be sitting pretty instead of on the plow. Hurry your tracks and hit pimp a horse on your way to the shed. Steal the knight's horse. So it's kind of like GTA where you kind of like do a color up. So to make it look like you're not having the same horse. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. Steal knight's horse. It's on my, or not my horse, but someone else's horse I just got. Or I mean borrowed. Okay, so down this road here. These sounds. Oh, there's a sword. Oh, yeah, and also before I was actually gonna... I was gonna say, like, I was wondering if this game would be, I change? I always stop myself. How do I change the items? Okay, I can roll with the wheel. Okay. But yeah, I was wondering if this would be like an alternative universe if you if you went from the real world with parking signs or whatever and then got back to the Middle Ages after. But yeah, let's see here. Oh, it's over there. Okay, so I need to get... After I pick up this, I need to go over to the paint thing. So I could follow the path south and then the second exit can go to the side there. Okay. Try that. Oh no, not my own. I think mine looked a little bit better, but oh. That's my horse, you maggot. It's not yours. Oh, it's... Hold left shift to canter. I don't know what canter is. Oh no, did it crash again? I don't know if this is my local problem or if it's for everyone, but... That, was a little bit annoying. Oh, there it is! Woo! I don't know, it's supposed to be here. Oh, shit! Oh no, I fell off. There's a pimp horse. quick reskin. I wonder if this horse has better stats than as it was hidden, or if it was just for fun. Okay, so I got the knight's horse. Oh shit. This is my crib. Well, if it isn't the Master Rustler, you scored big on that horse you brought in. Look what was in the saddlebags. An ounce of weed and a bottle of mead. I know you're better share. There's more than a bottle. Calm down, alcoholic. And it's cannabis, by the way. Come on, dude. More importantly, here is an invitation to the grand tournament. Too bad I can't read. You don't have to read to know you can win half of the kingdom and hot princess's hand in the tournament. Except we're not blue blood nobles, so what's the scam? We have no royalty. Unless I have an idea. Meet me tomorrow and we'll figure something out. Okay, yeah, so go home and save the game. But right now, I will just look around a little bit to see if it's something fun. A normal horse. Okay. So I'm gonna see if there's actually buy bread. Okay, so that's for HP. What are you doing? And also, can you go into... It look like I could go in. TNT. Not sound. Oh shit! Oh, okay, I got tired. That's it. Thought I'd like gotten to eat or something and I didn't know I needed to eat. But it doesn't look like there's anything like that. Let's see if there's something. Oh, there's armor. Full armor. So, do I actually have an inventory? Did he equip it? Oh, he auto-equipped it. Okay. Kind of sounds like they're blabbing in French. Don't seem to be able to interact with much. Oh, there's a rat. Okay, so I can't do anything with the rat. There is something. Coffee, bakery, and sombreros. Let's eat to buy pie. Okay, so that's also just healing. What about these things? Shield, sword, bear. Can I press F on something? Oh, I can do it that. Got a fancy horse. Oh, can I ram you? No, nothing happened. Alright, I'll end it there, but I add a little bit of a rabbit hole I went through today. So in case some people find it interesting. And I'll just play it and pause it a little bit, just making a couple of comments. I'm not gonna read it like 100% because it's like gonna be so much to read. So I'm just gonna do some comments to it, and you can pause and read whenever if you want to. But it's basically just a long rabbit hole. So yeah, first it was like a Jimmy Dore video I randomly watched that was about like this climate engineering and what it was and stuff. I was like, oh, what is this? And it was just basically something that they started out talking about, like some sort of plane. It was called T-135. I was like, oh, isn't that from Rick and Morty? And I was searching it, like Rick and Morty and C-135 in Brave Search. and yeah, by the way, this is Brave search using Brave AI, I think it's called. And if you have Brave, just make sure that your search function is like actually using Brave search. Or I'm sure you can use other things as well, but this is at least from there. But yeah, so it's like writing Rick and Morty C135. Apparently it was just C137, I just misremembered. But someone said that it was actually like a theory about where Rick and Morty's like evil version of Morty had originated. So I was like, oh, that's interesting though. And then I was like, oh, but what about like non-Rick and Morty, where do you have like the C-135 or whatever? And it says like, oh, it's actually like an airplane thing that checks like nuclear activity and like different articles and stuff. I was like, oh, that's interesting. If that had something to do with evil Morty inspiration versus nuclear activity. I was like, okay, let's go into this rabbit hole a little bit more. And I said, like, are these planes used for cloud seeding? Because that was the topic of the Jimmy Dore video. Or not cloud seeding, but it was climate engineering, because those are two different things. But I didn't know it at the time when I was searching here, I think. So yeah, so then I was like, oh yeah, what's the use about? Instead, it's typical use for all smaller planes, it says. And then I said, like, is it increased activity with these kind of things, with cloud seeding and like with radioactivity checking? And apparently it says like, oh yeah, it's increased activity. And I like, as for cloud seeding, what would have caused the snow and cold situation happening now in Texas? Or as a cause or side effect? It says that like it doesn't think that it's caused by that though. But I just had to write it. And then the thing is, it'll come later, because now I'm talking about cloud seeding, but later when I talk about I always mix these things. Oh yeah, climate engineering. Then you'll see something happening here. So, during the long-term effects disruption in weather as an effect for cloud seeding. So I'm still on the cloud seeding thing. And it's like, oh yeah, it could have some impact or something, but it shouldn't be too much of an impact. And then I say like, how about insects, if they affected significantly or in a long-term effect that, or then it says, yeah, it does actually get infected or affected. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm just talking about from memory now, so I might be something, so read it if you want to. But yeah, so then it says, oh, it could be affected a little bit in the long term. And it's like, this is actually quite bad, I was thinking, because everything we have in our world is like, depends on the insects. Even though you don't think insects is important, it's actually quite important, like with pollinators and everything. It's like all connected to the food chain. So I was like, okay, this is quite important if it's affected. So, and is this taken into serious consideration, or do they not put much weight on this and ignore it? And then it says like, oh yeah, it is taken serious, but it's like limited with what they do. I'll just let it go here so you can stop if you want to. But it says like, it's not ignored, but regulatory policies, resources are still evolving, often lag behind operational use. So, as I will also see later, that it's basically like all countries are not like going as one. So it's kind of like a race of resources as well, because there are things where countries kind of, you could say, steal rain, the other countries doesn't get the rain and stuff like that. But yeah, so also, if you were wondering about this, do Google what cloud seeding is and what climate engineering is, and you'll see it actually is talked about. So it's not like some humbo jumbo thing. But yeah, let's see. So how many countries use cloud seeding? At least 50 countries. and mentioned some stuff there. And I asked like if I forgot to check up there, but I asked if they do it, we do it approach. Yes, geopolitical competition is evident, especially in water scarce regions, for example. So it's like they do have like a competition-y feel of like these weather modifications. And then, yeah, these are actually quite interesting, so you should read these ones if you have time. But it's basically, like, asked, like, important questions about, like, these kind of things. Yeah, so, let's see now. And since so many countries are doing it as a slight competition in some cases, what would the trajectory look like in the outcome of 50 years? Writing then. And then I can't remember exactly what it said, but it said like, it could be something bad. I think it said something about regular gaps. While cloud seeding may not help combat droughts, and coordinated global use risk more harm than good. And with all in mind, with the questions above, right, what is climate engineering and its difference? So this was like when I saw in the video that they talked about climate engineering versus cloud seeding. So climate engineering versus cloud seeding, key differences. This one is a bit more important. Climate engineering, geoengineering, is a broad term of a large-scale, deliberate intervention in Earth's climate system to counteract climate change. It includes two main categories. Carbon dioxide removal removes the CO2 from the atmosphere, direct air capture, afforestation. I can't read that word. Solar radiation management reflects sunlight to cool the planet. Stratospheric aerosol injection, marine cloud brightening. These methods are global in scale, high risk, and will still largely experimental. Cloud seeding, localized proven technique to enhance perception by introducing substances like silver iodide with existing clouds. It does not alter global temperatures or climate systems and has been used for 70 years. So that's the cloud seeding one versus the geoengineering or like the climate engineering. Key difference. Cloud seeding is a weather modification, local, short-term, low risk, while climate engineering is planetary scale intervention, global, long-term, high risk. So that is kind of interesting. So with all questions written above, can you change out the questions for cloud seeding for climate engineering and answer them, and then answer the questions? I think it forgot some of my questions, but it did some of them here at least. Climate engineering, global scale, high risk. What it is? Climate engineering for geoengineering refers to large-scale interventions to alter Earth's climate system, primarily to counteract climate change. It includes carbon dioxide removal and solar radiation management (SRM), such as stratospheric aerosol injection or marine cloud brightening. How many countries? While cloud seeding is used by 50 countries, climate engineering remains largely experimental. Research is active in 26 plus countries, with key players including the US, China, UK, and Germany. Most projects are in the early stages, focused on modeling and small-scale testing. If they do it, we do it effect. Yes, geopolitical competition is emerging, especially in SRM. China's large-scale weather modification plans are raised concerned in South and Southeast Asia. However, full climate engineering lacks the widespread adoption seen in cloud seeding. Long-term harm, more harm than good? Studies suggest high risk. Marine cloud brightening in Eastern Pacific could reduce El Nino variability by 61%, of disrupting global weather, agriculture, and marine ecosystems. Stratospheric aerosol injection may have less impact on the ENSO, but could reduce photosynthesis, affecting crops and ocean algae, which produce 70% of Earth's oxygen. Unintended consequences include ozone depletion, acid rain, and transboundary conflicts. Unlike cloud seeding, climate engineering could alter global climate system irreversibly. So this sounds really bad, and this is not even talked about at all. But they're just doing it without even having any consent from the other people or from the citizens. And this like happens in many countries. Insects and ecosystems. Climate engineering could exacerbate insect population collapses already driven by climate change. Temperature extremes and disruption tropic chains may lead to boom-bust cycles, threatening pollinators and food security. Are risks taken seriously? Yes. Scientists are institutions like EPCC and UNEP urge caution. The GAO and NOAA stress that need for international governance, transparency, and impact assessments before deployment. In short, while cloud seeding is a localized weather tool, climate engineering is a global-scale experiment with potentially catastrophic consequences if unregulated. And there has similar studies if climate engineering has had a negative impact on insects and as a precaution development and research. Studies show climate engineering, especially solar radiation and management SRM, can negatively impact insects primarily through reduced sunlight effect, affecting photosynthesis and plant health, which cascades up the food chain. Impact on insects. 2018 study using volcanic eruptions as analogs for SRM found that dimmed sunlight reduced crop yields by 5 to 9%, harming plant-insect interaction. Since many insects depend on specific plants for survival, changes in plant growth and distribution threaten their habitats and food sources. Which is actually very bad if this becomes a big thing. Pollinators at risk. Reduced solar radiation can alter flowering patterns and nectar production, directly affecting bees and other pollinators. This will affect us as well. Food chain. Let's see here. While no direct scale SRM tests exist, models suggest that even small climate shifts can disrupt trophic relationships and increase extinction risk for sensitive species. In short, while direct studies on insects are limited, evidence from climate and agricultural models show significant indirect risks, and the scientific community treats these concerns as critical. And I got... But is it actually going to be done anything? I write so weird here sometimes. It was from the phone writing, so that's why. Is it actually going to be done anything about, or are they just pressing the gas pedal because of the other countries do it? In short, serious risks are recognized, but action is lagging, and in many cases, geopolitical momentums are riding in caution. So they're basically like, the other ones are doing it, so I'm gonna do it. Kind of like mentality. So which country is the most on the gas pedal without concern for long-term effects? And then it mentions China. It's probably the one that is most. And could this be a catalyst for a giant war? Yes, climate engineering could be a catalyst for major conflicts, especially if deployed unilaterally by a nation without global consensus. There's some stuff here. I'm just gonna, because it's getting quite long now, so I didn't ask like, actually there's something more I want to ask about. Remember the answers above. Could climate engineering have caused or impacted or I don't know, impacted, I can't read anymore, and snow and cold in Texas right now? And And what is Stardust Solutions? Project Popeye in Vietnam in the 60s, Project Ceres in 1947. So this is like some things I heard more in the video later, so I just like wrote it down as I listened to the video. So I was like, oh, I'll hear what it says about it, just because interesting. And what is the similar big projects in other countries like China or Russia? And does any of those in the BlackRock or DARPA or any other big companies, organizations in China or Russia have anything to do with climate engineering and what is happening now in Texas? And what do they get out of it? As, also, I'm scrolling here too. Also, what chemicals is being sprayed during climate engineering, and write a brief explanation of the chemicals affects humans, animals, and insects. Also, if things go wrong, is it likely they will blame it on climate change, even though it has been caused by the operations done with climate engineering and such? This was the one that I was referring to earlier, that like they're like, you know, when they say like, is climate change human, or like, is it caused by humans? And then you could say the answer is yes, just because they're doing stuff like this. Yeah, it's these guys are actually changing the climate, and they don't say it. They just blame it on the normal human beings, which is really stupid and like, you know, hidden and bad, like deceiving. Did climate engineering cost the Texas? So just say that it doesn't think so, but basically when you see the things below, it's kind of interesting still here. So this one says like, oh, historical weather modification project, Project Ceres, 1947, first cloud seeding experiment by General Electric and the U.S. military, used dry ice, solid CO2 to seed clouds, creating artificial rain. One test may have altered the hurricane's path, raising early ethical concerns. So this one is super important. Altered a hurricane's path. Just think about that one. And how that can be used in, like, actually military actions. And then you have Project Popeye Vietnam 1967 to 1972. US military operation to extend monsoons over the Ho Chi Minh Trail. Used silver iodide and lead iodide to introduce rain, making roads impassable. Led to N-Mod Treaty 1978 banning hostile and environmental modification. Oh, we'll see if that's been broken a little bit in the future. We'll see. Stardust Solutions, US-Israeli startup developing solar radiation management. SRM plans to release reflective stratospheric particles to cool the planet. Raised $60 million, claims particles are safe and reversible, which is actually counteracting? I don't know the word. I think something that was mentioned before, that it could be irreversible, what they're doing with the climate engineering. Current climate engineering projects in China and Russia. So I was like curious, like again, I'm very focused on the US now. So let's just see on the other big people. So it does mention some stuff here, so you can read that if you want. And I mentioned some other countries further down. Are DARPA, BlackRock, and other entities involved? You can read this one if you want. And this one is quite interesting. Chemicals used in climate engineering. You can read for yourself this one, because it's like, it's just basically what is in the climate engineering thing. That it's just here. But acid rain, respiratory issues in humans. Harms plants and insects, that's really bad. And this one here says, may harm aquatic life and soil microbiomes. So it's like, yeah, this is done in a huge full-scale world thing. So this is from many countries. So this is really bad. Potential neurotoxicity, environmental persistence, and known long-term effects. Let's see here. Will failures be blamed on climate change? Yes. plausible deniability exists. If engineering causes droughts, floods, or crop failures, governments or firms could attribute them to natural climate variability, especially as extreme weather becomes more common. This lack of accountability is a major ethical concern. So this one was one thing I was like in my mind early on as well, because it's like it's gonna be like, oh, it's climate change, it's climate change, it's climate change, and then it's just basically just, you know, that is like, yeah, actually they're doing it, these people. So yeah, that's quite an important thing. And the big companies, organizations, yeah, so this is just the same question, but about China and Russia, to see if there's some other things mentioned that I missed. That's both of them. And then I didn't really do that many countries, but I did one or two more extra here. This is the same questions with UAE and Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, something like that. And then it mentions some stuff here. And also, I think it was something about someone said that there were some countries in that area that had been blamed for taking the rain from Iran or something. I can't remember exactly. Like, you know, make it rain before the borders. And then I'm asking about Israel, if there's any this kind of thing, engineering projects there as well. And then it mentions the Stardust Solutions, which was the one I had in the further one up there. And then I add if there's anyone in the UK or others. I mean, there was anything there. So it's basically that, I think, here at the end there. So yeah, that's a little bit of a rabbit hole for you. But yeah, if you're curious, it is actually a thing called cloud seeding and climate engineering, bioengineering, or whatever it's called. So look it up if you're curious. And yeah, I don't know, like this is like AI answers and stuff. So, you know, I don't know if what is true and whatever. You know, but it's an interesting little rabbit hole. So yeah. Have a super good day, good evening, or good night. And as always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.